If you've learned your lessons from your activities, from your life's experience, from what I'll call mistakes, though I don't really believe there are mistakes, I think there are lessons. If you've learned stuff from that and you're moving forward towards your path, then that's really what's important. In the grand scheme of things, as long as you know what you want, and you know that the action that you're taking is bringing you towards that purpose, and again, that it doesn't really, or in any way, harm somebody else, then what someone else has to say about it is really none of your business. It's none of your business what someone else thinks of you. So, and really that comes down to the core of deciding what your purpose is, deciding who you want to be, reminding yourself of that every day. And when you can live on that, and at any point, and I think I've touched on this in previous episodes, you can ask yourself, is this moving me closer to my purpose? Or is this keeping me from my purpose? Is worrying what someone else is going to think if I do this, or don't go out tonight, or whatever it is that someone is having a challenge with you doing, is one or the other moving you towards your purpose? And it's an easy question for you to ask at any given point. And if you do, and you recognize that one or the other, whichever is serving your purpose, that's an easy way to go. So, I really just want to, in closing, remind you that you are in charge of your life. You are the author of your story, literally. You could tomorrow pick up and do whatever you want. There are consequences to our actions, but everything that you want is out there. And if you wanted to spend 15 to 20 hours a day working on something, you're going to get it sooner than later, in one way or another. And so to let other people's perspectives, opinions, feelings stop you from that, as opposed to, and by the way, again, I'm not saying that you should disregard anybody you love if they're communicating with you that your behavior is not serving them, but there's a way for you to say in an open, vulnerable way that, well, thank you for your perspective, and I appreciate it. Here's mine, and here's why I'm doing this. I'd love you to be along for the ride, and if you're not, that's okay too. And I'll spend time with you when that works. And they might say, well, that's selfish. And you might say, okay, well, that makes sense because this is myself and this is my life and this is my intentions and this is my purpose. And if I don't do it, nobody else is going to. And the more you start to do that, and the more you start to take ownership of your role in life as a person, as a parent, as a spouse, as a friend, and that means living the best life possible. And when you realize that this is your one shot, this is what you're doing in life. This is your opportunity to create the only existence that you have. Being worried about what someone else thinks about something you might have done yesterday, 10 years ago, doesn't matter. That's not serving you, and it's keeping you small, and it's keeping you from reaching who you are meant to be. So show up on purpose. Forget what everybody else thinks. Love them with all that you can, when you can. Be present with whomever you're with. I think that's also the key, for me anyway, from my experience. I don't necessarily, because I'm busy working on a lot of different things and doing a lot of different projects, I don't get to spend as much time as I used to with certain people, but when I do spend time with them, I am always very present and appreciating them for who they are and the relationship that I have with them, and so that's a big part of it as well. So, as I've said in previous episodes, decide who you want to be and go be it, but you need to decide that every single day. Live on purpose, forget what other people think, share the love, be you, and go forth and prosper.